Hello, welcome back to another video. Hope everyone's well. Hope you're training hard or resting hard as we are right now. So just finished the session. We had aerobic. It was about 3k, just over 3k. In fact, that was probably better with the light on, wasn't it? Yeah, nice and steady. A little bit of descending, nothing too intense. So yeah, as we're recording this, I'm a week out from trial starting. So I race on the Thursday, 100 freestyle first event, then 100 fly on the Friday. It's the next day. But I'm starting to feel a bit fresher, feeling quick. We've got a few clips for you today. So the first set of clips are from Saturday morning. I was suited, and it's 2 front end swims, 2 back end swims. So first front end swim was just to 25, second to 35, and then both back end swims are 50s from the turn with the time from the foot leaving. So I was quick on them. I was 10.5 on the first 25, 10.4, then 15.8 to 35, and then the back ends were 25.3, 25.5, which obviously, taking into account the turn, the rotations maybe 0.9. So if I can be back in those kind of times next week, I'll be laughing. But yeah, it's nice, confidence boosting. It was nice on these racing Donny. So Donitas is a 200, 400 IM, 200 breaststroke lad. He's got a really nice fly. But yeah, it was good to be able to race him and him be swimming fast but not flat out. So he's still getting some benefit, I suppose. But really, he was doing that as a favour to me, because I know at trials I'm not going to be the first man to 50. So I need to be able to see that I'm behind out of the turn, which is what you see on these 50s, I think really well, is that he pushes off as I'm turning. So I'm pushing off behind, and then because he's got fins on, he's kicking fast. And so my fly kicks are not catching him up, which they would do normally, if that makes sense. If I just gave him a head start, I'll be catching him the whole way, whereas I know at trials, obviously everyone's quick underwater, so if I turn behind, I need to be able to make up that distance without snatching those kicks or getting emotionally worked up. I need to stay in control of that. So that worked really well. And then the next set of clips are my tripod died for the GoPro, which is a bit bloody annoying. I say died, I snapped the bloody leg off. I was opening it up to record from under the water, and then it just snapped. So I kind of propped it in the steps, and it doesn't really see much, but we can see a little bit. But my freestyle is a bit of a weird one. My freestyle suddenly feels good. So my fly, I feel like I know how to swim fly. I know what relaxed speed's like. I know how to build without snatching strokes and that. But freestyle, I just feel like I don't really know. Sometimes it's flying, sometimes it feels rubbish. I don't know. But fortunately, we're now at a point where it's feeling quick. So I was 10.2 on both 25s. So again, we had 2 front ends, 2 back ends. This time with no racing suit on. But yeah, 2 front ends, 10.2, 10.2, and then back end 24.8, which is pretty quick, and then 25.2 on the second one. So a bit slower, but it felt slower, and it felt a lot like a back end is gonna feel. So we just had static rest in between them, so there was no like recovery or anything. So if I can come back 25.2 again, if I can come back 25.2 next week, I'll be pretty happy. And then just a couple of thoughts I've got really on taper. If you've made it this far, kind of what I'm thinking is that people tend to overthink taper, I think, quite a lot, because you've got that emotional investment in the outcome, right? You want to do well. So, but what we're doing quite well, I think, now is all the volume's coming down. but the intensity is staying high. So we're still hitting the race pace. We're doing race pace Monday, Wednesday. We're going speed Friday, and then Saturday morning race pace. So we're still going race pace 3 times this week with some speed as well. We like a run the rack kind of set, he calls it, where it's like some descending on Monday night, which was like fast as well. So we're still hitting fast stuff, but the total volume can come down. The gym is getting a lot easier, not easier, but we're just reducing. Again, we're cutting the volume out and some of the intensity. So we're going for, instead of 2 sets fast, 1 heavy, which we've been doing for, I don't know, the past 6-7 weeks. It's now just 2 fast this week. Now lift, I'm going to come in on Sunday, lift Sunday, should have that back again, lift Sunday, again 1 set on a few exercises, and that'll be my last one before racing. So I think it's important to keep that kind of stuff in, because I mean your body's used to it. Same like nutritionally, I'm not eating any differently, just the amounts are less, just a little bit less rice and a little bit less potatoes, and that's it, because you still want your vegetables high, you still want your fruits high, you still want your protein pretty high, so that you can perform. Essentially, like, that's what your body's used to running on. There's no point, there's no sense changing it now. We just got to recognise that the energy demand is lower, so we just need to eat a little bit less. What we're doing, we're not missing any sessions. So in the past we've done, maybe like had a morning off or an evening off and stuff, but I quite like the frequency of still getting in, still getting used to it. Because you think when we get to the meet, I'm going to be racing 4 days in a row, heats finals, so I need to be able to do that. I don't need to I don't want to cut out all that volume and miss some sessions to then almost your body feel like, what's going on when you get to the meet. That's about it really. So hope you enjoyed this. Hope you'll be watching trials. I think trials actually being streamed on BBC iPlayer or BBC Red Button, in fact, on in the UK, which is nice. I think if you're abroad, it's still on YouTube, I think. But yes, getting exciting. I'd knock out 1 day at a time, not get too excited thinking about the outcomes of next week. But yeah, thanks for watching, and as always, let me know anything else you want to see, any comments you've got about your racing or your tapering, or any questions or anything like that. Let me know, and I'll see you next time. Cheers.